In this week's vlog we're going to be talking about turnarounds. You know, the things when you're playing one through a tune and you want to make it really exciting to get into the next time round of the tune, and how can you just engage with your audience and other people. But firstly, what do you think of this top? Or should I be wearing this one? That's better, celebrating Charles Rennie Mackintosh in Glasgow. So the tune we're going to use is a classic reel. It's called Stray Lodge, and it's written by pipe major Willie Ross in about 1910. And I first played it with my band Keep It Up in the 90s. How long ago was that? So what is a turnaround? Well, a turnaround is when you get to the end of the first time round the tune and you're going back into the first part of the tune. I often, when I'm teaching people, you never think to add bits in between the second part of the tune and the first part of the tune. You just play it as normal. But there is so much more you can add just by doing some really simple things like this. That was just a scale of A major. Here's another example of something really quite simple. As you can see, that something that's really quite simple, it really builds up the tension, especially if more than one of you doing it at the same time. You can have a great time between you, all listening and firing on together. And of course, not everyone has to do the same thing. You can be playing in harmony. And a lot of the time when you get used to doing this, it's not written out, you just kind of have an idea what, and everyone kind of works with you and you do your similar things and you just have this great time doing it. It's brilliant in sessions. I mean, you listen to a band like Session A9, they're fantastic at this kind of thing. They've actually got a great version of Stray Lodge on one of their CDs as well. Some of the most simple ideas can just involve repetition. So that's dead simple. Today we're all about ideas though, and I'm just giving you a few things that you could just try out and just improvise on. Here's a cheeky little example that we used to play in Keep It Up. And now what I did there is I just took the two notes of the tune and I just repeated them. And of course, as usual, you can take it too far. Always good to experiment. Try out these ideas in your living room. You might choose to leave them there, but there's nothing wrong with that. Just keep experimenting, trying new ideas, get yourself really excited. See you next week.